MSNBC host Nicolle Wallace said Friday morning that Democrats who voted for Donald Donald John Trump Dems win from coast to coast fall well after Gillespie lost. D.C. should annex Northern Virginia. Dems see gains in Virginia's House of Delegates more in the 2016 election are still enthusiastic about him despite falling national poll numbers. Wallace cautioned that while voters in those key Rust Belt states that helped propel Trump to an unexpected victory last year still back the president, a third-party candidate could be a viable contender in 2020. I spent the last weekend out with Democrats who had voted for Trump in Pennsylvania and Ohio, and they are still enthusiastic about him, Wallace, a former communications director to George W. Bush, said. But as much as they love him, you also look at the 67% of the country that's appalled by him and repelled by him, she continued. I've never been a fan, a proponent, a believer that a third party can do anything other than serve as a spoiler for the party with which he or she is most aligned. I think as we sort of all are on our knees, there is an openness to something different, she later added. But it would have to be built around competence, not ideology. I think something that repels people is this tribalism, the defending of the indefensible because they're in your tribe. I think a third-party movement would have to be based around that which is competent, not ideological. The president's approval rating stands at 38.2%, according to the Real Clear Politics average of major polls, while 56.9% disapprove. Trump captured the so-called blue wall states of Pennsylvania, Wisconsin and Michigan in 2016 that polls showed should have been comfortably won by Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton. Hillary Diane Rodham Clinton. 5 takeaways from the Virginia governor's race. Dems mull big changes after Brazil bombshell. Dem ousts incumbent Republican in Manchester mayoral race. More. Ohio was polling in Trump's direction going into Election Day, even though President Obama won it in 2008 and 2012. Wallace, who was awarded her own afternoon MSNBC program in May, has been a staunch critic of Trump throughout his presidency.